Putin Bad News. Kyiv launches a sneak attack across the Dnieper River, bypassing Putin's defenses. Russia's defensive lines were breached by Ukrainian forces who launched a surprise raid across the Dnieper River, according to observers of Moscow's full-scale invasion. For months, the Dnieper River has been a part of the front line in southern Ukraine, separating free Ukrainian territory on one bank from Russian-occupied territory on the other. According to Russian military bloggers, as many as 7 boats, each carrying up to 6 soldiers, arrived on the Russian-occupied bank during the night and made an 800-meter advance. Trinidsatyi, a blogger with over 150,000 followers on the messaging app Telegram, claimed that several Russian soldiers had been killed or captured in the attack. Supposed pictures of captured soldiers surfaced online. Russia's special military operation in Ukraine has been going on for a year, with no sign of ending anytime soon, despite the fact that it has already claimed the lives of countless innocent people and displaced millions more. Putin started the war with the absurd claim that Russia's neighbor needed to be demilitarized and denazified, giving Russia an excuse to launch an invasion of a sovereign state led by the Jewish Volodymyr Zelensky. Ukraine has defied the odds by defending itself against Russian onslaughts with the help of Western military aid, and it has fought back bravely against Mr. Putin's misguided attempt to restore territory lost to Moscow with the collapse of the Soviet Union. State-owned power generating company Energoatom reported on Thursday that the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant, which is currently under Russian occupation, had lost connection to its main external power line overnight and had been switched to a reserve line. The reserve line at Europe's largest nuclear power plant has only half the capacity of the main power line, according to Energoatom. Such a regime is difficult for the reactor plant, its duration is limited by the project's design, and it can result in failure of the main equipment of the energy unit, Energoatom said on Telegram. Since the beginning of Moscow's invasion in February 2022, the Russian military has controlled the Zaporizhzhia plant and its 6 reactors. Both sides have been accused of shelling the area around it, making it a flashpoint in the conflict. There has been an effort by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to put in place safeguards to stop potential disasters. The plant's 6 reactors are all inoperable and not generating any power. Separately, the Russian-installed administration of the station reported that the number 4 reactor had been transferred from a hot to a cold shutdown due to steam leak warnings. A hot shutdown of one of the 6 reactors is required to meet the plant's own steam requirements. Plant personnel found leak signs in the pipe section of steam generator number 3, the administration said via Telegram. Zaporizhzhia NPP is considering putting power unit number 6 into a hot shutdown state to meet the plant's steam auxiliary needs. Days after criticism in Russia over his apparent efforts to distance himself from the country, Arkady Volozh, co-founder of the Russian internet giant Yandex, condemned what he described as Russia's barbaric invasion of Ukraine on Thursday. On his personal website, Volozh described himself as a Kazakhstan-born Israeli tech entrepreneur, which drew some criticism from Russian media and the Telegram messaging platform. Others who disagree with Russia's actions have criticized him for not coming out more strongly against the conflict. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is barbaric and I am absolutely opposed to it, Volozh said in a statement. Many of my friends and family members live in the Ukraine, and I am horrified about what is happening there. Volozh, who has dual citizenship, Russian and Israeli, wrote, "Although I moved to Israel in 2014, I have to take my share of responsibility for the country's actions." Volozh founded Yandex in Russia, growing it into the largest technology firm in the country before listing it on the Nasdaq in 2011. After being named on the European Union's list of sanctions against Russian entities and individuals in June 2022, he resigned as CEO and left the board of directors. The EU's decision was misguided, according to Volozh. As part of its ongoing corporate restructuring, Dutch-registered parent company Yandex N.V. plans to spin off its main revenue-generating businesses operating in Russia. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Yandex has attempted to strike a balance between the demands of its domestic stakeholders and those of its Western investors.